And your next comic, the award winner. Give it up for Lederer.
When I was 19, I was in a car accident and had a severe brain injury. Now, at the time, most of what I knew about brain injuries came from a 1980s SNL skit where a football player insisted, "I don't have brain damage." So I was terrified that even after I healed, I would end up just like that football player from the 1980s. But when I thought about it, I knew I wouldn't end up like that character from the 1980s because I don't wear neon sweaters, I don't wear stonewashed jeans, and I look terrible in a mullet. When I got out of the hospital, my insight was still a little bit shaky, but I could tell they were being a bit condescending at outpatient rehab when their idea of a field trip was taking us to the mall and making us wear a leash, like one of those leashes you put on little kids. But the real drag was when they tried to teach us to heel and fetch. Also, I wasn't too thrilled at having to stand on my hind legs and beg for a treat. So when I was in rehab, we brain injured folks were basically treated like we didn't have a brain at all. One therapist would always test my cognitive ability by asking things like, if you had to pick up a book at the library and buy an ice cream cake at Baskin Robbins, which would you do first? When I said I had no idea, she would say, the book, so that the ice cream cake didn't melt. That was very hard, wasn't it? And I'm thinking, first of all, that would depend on whether you had a cooler in your car. And second of all, what's really hard is having to deal with an idiot like you. People with brain injuries are often very poor at editing what comes out of their mouth. So when something like that happened, I might blurt out, do you know who I am? I'm Lisa Guntag, the valedictorian of Grimsley High School. Of course, the therapist would just say, good girl. But don't worry, none of these jokes are just blurted out. I've tested them all on my son. And they go over very well with the 1-year-old crowd. No, really, I do have a 1-year-old son, but sometimes I feel like I have 2 kids. That's because my husband, Josh, who many of you know, collects toy cars, and he has more than my son, Jonah, does. Between the 2 of them, there are toy cars all over the floor, which makes it treacherous to walk through our house. I mean, who needs a car accident when you can just walk across our living room? But my husband actually hates letting Jonah play with his toy cars. In other words, he's 43 and he still hasn't learned how to share. My husband Josh also eats kids' cereal like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and that's just for dinner. But I am very concerned that Jonah at least eats a balanced diet as recommended by the American Association of Pediatrics. There are 4 food groups: fruits and vegetables, meats and protein, dairy, and schmutz under the playground equipment. People seem to think that brain injuries are just about IQ, but my emotional life has probably been affected the most. My therapist told me to go home and write down all my negative thoughts. So I went home, I sat down, and I wrote, I will never find time to write it down. When I first became depressed after my injury, my therapist said everything in a melodic tone. I felt that instead of being straight with me, she was trying to be my cheerleader. Maybe what tipped me off was that she did a full split. But it is true that brain injuries do affect memory. But the kids are great. The other day, Jonah decided his spoonful of applesauce was a hairbrush and proceeded to brush his hair with it. And I totally get it. I mean, who needs Paul Mitchell when you have a spoonful of applesauce? But I think Jonah looks so cute when Rabbi Gorbin takes him up to the bima. The only problem is he likes futzing with her microphone and sticking his hand down her shirt. Apparently he was not listening to her sermon about the Me Too movement.